I'm Georgie.
And I am ChellBee. And this is Georgie and ChellBee TV. Welcome.
And today we will be discussing why most new businesses fail.
Just saying.
Just saying?
Just saying.
Oh. So, I believe that there's a statistic that only 5% of new businesses actually succeed and move on to the next level. And we really wanted to touch on points of why those businesses fail. And hopefully by the end of this video, you would have taken in some of the advice that we're giving since we are starting businesses. And that way you can move forward into being more successful in starting your business.
And I think most of these speak directly to us because we've both been working on our businesses for a while now. So we've overcome these things at this point, and we're moving towards the point of it actually being a reality.
Right.
So we are definitely not only speaking from experience, from our personal experience, but also from our tribe experience.
Exactly.
Too. So
from a group.
Yeah.
Because we're all in this together.
Yes.
You're going to need you a group.
You need you a group of people that are going to run with you.
Yes.
You got to run with the runners. And if they ain't running, then you need to leave them to the side.
Leave them at the start line.
Yes.
Tell them to get some water and sit down. And meet you there.
Right. Meet me there.
So did you want to start with the first one?
Sure.
Okay.
So I am a huge Kevin Hart fan, and I think that he said it really simply. Everybody wants to be famous, but nobody wants to put the work in. Everybody thinks that their vision is going to take their business all the way. And it's great to have a vision, even if you have an amazing business idea. You still may not get anywhere if you are not willing to put the work in. Ideas are great. They are definitely the foundation to a great business. But if you don't want to work, it's not going to happen for you. That's just the reality, because no one's going to put the work in for your business. When you're starting a new business, you have to be all in it, and you have to be ready to dedicate a lot of sleepless nights, a lot of very long weekends to your business. Yes. We are the queens of the middle of the night work session, and we usually are texting each other like, girl, you still up?
Just stay up, girl. We got a couple of more minutes. Stay up. It's almost 2 o'clock.
Push through. I'm going to see you in the morning at work.
Right, it's almost like your goal is supposed to turn into an action. So you can write down plans, but if you're not putting action behind it and actually getting it done, it's not going to get done. And then you're going to be looking crazy when somebody else takes your idea.
Right. And it's because you didn't move on it.
Yeah.
You know, you're not going to be the first or the last person to have a good idea. And a lot of times, several people might have the same idea. So it's not necessarily that somebody's stealing your idea, because they might not even know you. They never seen anything that you wrote down on your sheet of paper, but you know, idea is just that. So you have to take it into action so that you don't lose that opportunity to move.
Exactly. And also, I think another important piece when starting a new business is keep it to yourself first. Like that eliminates so much headache. When you have goals and visions, instead of just continuously talking about them, actually do them first and then talk about them. Kind of be more of a doer instead of a sayer type of person, because you can keep saying for hours and weeks and days, but if you are not doing anything, nothing's going to come of it, and you're just going to be known as the person that have ideas and people just come to you for advice, but you will never get anything done.
Exactly.
So become a doer. Yeah. And that's very important, because a lot of new businesses, they start, they get through the planning process, and then all of a sudden everybody and your mama knows what you're doing, and then you have to work extra hard to live up to what you've been telling people, and you're overpowering yourself with work.
I always say, let your results speak for themselves. You know, don't worry about shouting from the mountaintop your dreams and your goals. Let your results speak for you.
Yes.
So let your goals and your dreams be for you, and let the world see your results.
Exactly. It's almost like looking through a telescope. You know, where am I going with this?
I don't know.
I had it and it was lost. Y'all know what I mean. Your tunnel vision. Worry about you. Everything else is on the outside, and the picture is straight through the telescope. Look through it.
See, and that's kind of exactly what I had as a point. that people jump the gun.
Yep.
And they lose focus on themselves and their business idea, and they want to jump into helping other people develop a business, or, you know, help them with their business. Like, no. You get to where you're supposed to be going first, and then later on down the line, once your business is successful, once it's stable, once you have your processes in place, then you look to help other people. But when you start kind of taking energy away from what you're supposed to be doing and what your focus is, and not focusing on what you need to be, which is your business, it's gonna fail every time. You're gonna fall, and neither one of y'all are gonna get to where y'all could go. People have to carry themselves. That's why we're always saying, meet me there.
Right.
I'm not gonna carry you. I'm gonna do my work regardless of if you do your work or not.
Exactly. And you just gonna
right.
be there at the top with me or not. But this is the time where you really gain that selfishness, because a strong sense of selfishness, okay? And I, like, speaking from experience, I'm a very selfless person, and so I had to learn to be selfish, and people don't like it. People are like, oh, you don't hang out as much, we haven't heard from you as much. But at the same time, they notice a change. They'd be like, but we know you're working on something, so it's okay. And I don't have to tell them. I'm not keeping everybody in the loop, just because I'm keeping that for me. And then once I get there, I can then help other people. But you have to be selfish with your time, with what you're doing, you know, who you're dealing with, because that's where other people start sucking off that energy that you have. Like, they'll see you getting to a point, they'll see that you made a change, and they'll be like, oh, I like that. Oh, I like what they're doing. Let me go ahead and I want to be a part of that. Like, this sounds so cool. But then once they get in there, they never had your best interest from the beginning. And number two, they're not willing to help you even more get to where you need to be. So just be selfish with yourself and your time. Like, this is what's important to me. Sorry, we're not hanging out, going to the club and going out to eat all the time and all that different stuff and talking on the phone about unnecessary stuff. But you really got to prioritize your business. This is your baby.
Yes.
This is your baby. This is your child. And hopefully you won't leave your child to go to the club with nobody to watch it. Okay?
And see, that's the thing about, you know, it being your business. You don't want to put it in somebody else's hands.
Right.
Like, some people are, you know, obviously for one reason or another, we have to leave our children with people so that we can either work to provide for the child, or because, you know, there's extenuating circumstances.
Right.
But when it comes to your business, you can't hand your business off to somebody else.
Nope.
That's not an option. So there's no time or room for you to be like, oh, hold on, business, I'm gonna come back to you a little bit later.
Right.
You know, I got you. I still see you.
I got you.
And get you later.
And it's gonna be gone.
Right.
Like, you just gotta make that sacrifice. Like, what is more important right now? Because clearly, you know, you're not where you want to be. So clearly that wasn't working for you by going out and not making those sacrifices. When you start making those sacrifices and seeing the actual results, you're going to be like, oh, what other sacrifices can I make? Because this is awesome. Like, I'm telling you, making those sacrifices mean so much to what you're trying to do. Not only do you grow, but you're giving yourself quality time to actually build your business for yourself.
I'm the queen of I will sleep when I'm dead.
Yep.
Sleep is for the dead.
They got pillows in there, blankets, you fully dressed, makeup on and everything. You don't gotta worry about nothing. Do what you need to do here.
Right.
Okay. So another part that I think is an issue is when people research too much in the beginning.
Oh my goodness. Always with the plan.
Always with the
plan.
planning.
Do anything.
Like, if you plan for months and nothing is happening, that's an issue. At some point, your plan should be reachable actions. Like, okay, if your first plan is to go and speak with an advisor, you should not plan to speak with an advisor for 3 months. It takes 1 hour to speak with an advisor. You know, like, you should not write out your whole plan for your business for 10 years and then get to it in 10 years. Like, it should be step-by-step process type of thing.
And it's okay to learn as you go.
Right.
Like, those failures, those will be the things that make you appreciate your business so much more when it's a success. I've had tons of fails, a tremendous amount of fails, and I will continue to have fails.
1,000.
Shoot, honey, child, I'm dealing with a fail right now, and I didn't even realize it was going to be a problem. But it's okay, because, like, I learned something, you know? I learned something new, and I'm going to keep it pushing. Like, those fails aren't going to stop me from moving forward with my business. My business is not going to stop because I had a small setback.
Right. And it's all about pushing through the no's. Like, even if somebody says no or something happens, you got to realize that on that no, there's a yes on the other side.
Yes.
And so if you just push through that no, and I think that's where a lot of people fail, because it's almost like a restaurant. Like, you got a couple of months where nobody's coming in, and you're like, I don't know if this is going to work.
But nobody closes down their restaurant just because it's slow for a little bit.
It's slow for a little bit. Like, you got to think about it. Like, there are trends of people coming in, different holiday seasons and stuff like that. Like, you just got to find a way to make it work. But don't quit right there, because you'll never know what you would have been.
Right.
A month from now.
And maybe you can just change your hours in the meantime. You know, look at when the restaurant is busy.
Right.
And maybe it's only busy from 1 to 3. So then maybe you guys are only open from 1 to 4.
Maybe you're doing brunch.
Right. You know what I mean? But you make those changes in the short term so that in the long term your business can succeed the way that you originally envisioned it.
Exactly. Hands down. Just change a few things. Don't give up. Change a few things, and I don't see where you can go wrong with making those changes until you get to a point where, you know, you're either marketing better or whatever the case may be. You know, just make those changes so that way you still have your business.
I think a big part of that is people don't take the time to kind of reevaluate their business and how things are going. They just want to stick with how they planned it, how they envisioned it, and they aren't flexible and able to like make changes as necessary.
Exactly.
And you have to be flexible when you're starting a business. Absolutely, positively. There's no room for you to be rigid when you're starting a business. If you're rigid, I'm telling you right now, you're not going to make it.
Nope.
You're not going to make it, because things are never going to go exactly as you planned.
No.
And you have to be flexible. You have to be able to kind of take that outside looking in vision on your business and try to figure out what's going wrong. You have to be open to feedback. You know, if somebody gives you, if a customer or client or even somebody who's, you know, helping you put something like a system or something in for your business, if they give you feedback, you better be open to that feedback, and you better be trying to figure out ways to implement that. So if that means, you need to, maybe they tell you need to get a new system. Maybe you're not ready to spend the money, but you dang sure better take the time while they're there and ask them questions about what systems you should be looking at. How much does that cost? You know, go ahead and have that conversation so you can start figuring out how to make that change. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Like, you have to be open to continuing to kind of elevate, you know, your business to the next level when people tell you or give you feedback that something's not working.
Yeah, it's almost like evolving your business.
Yeah.
Like, your plan, the plan that we have for our businesses are like flatline. But when somebody else adds something, it's like a push up. It's something that you never thought about.
Exactly.
And so to have that there, you need to listen to that. You know through life that a plan never works all the way. Like, even in your everyday life, your plans almost never go the same. Like, you want to be somewhere by 8 and then you leave at 7 and there's traffic, or, you know, you ran out of gas and you just got a flat tire. Right, exactly. So your plan never really goes as planned, and that's why it's important not to spend too much time in the beginning planning and just take it day by day. And then when somebody does offer you advice and it sparks you like, oh, that's a great idea, please act on that. And it's almost like some people get so stubborn because they want it to be like their business and it's my vision and this and that. But your vision is going to be flatline the entire time because you're not taking the time to listen to other people that have great ideas. And, I mean, just fix it. I mean, if it's not broken, don't fix it. But by all means, you can still evolve and elevate from there.
Right.
So, yeah. I think the last thing is just leaving your personal life outside of your business life.
Oh my goodness gracious.
That's the most
important thing. Like, seriously. And unless your partner or the person you're in a relationship with is a part of that business, leave it outside. My husband doesn't have any input about my business because it's my business and he has no interest in my business. That's not what he wants to be doing with his time. So our lives, you know, outside of our lives exist outside of our business. Ultimately, that's what it comes down to. Like, he understands that I'm working on my business and that, you know, I have certain goals for my business. But is he in here telling me what I need to wear for my photo shoots, or, you know what I'm saying, like what I should be writing on my blog? No.
Yeah, like, if you have, like, you have to keep those separate. Like, if you have something going on in your personal life, don't let that affect your business. Like, say if something happened or a breakup, whatever the case may be, your business life still has to keep going because that's your bread and butter there. And if you let that affect your business, then I don't know where your business is ever going to go, because you're always going to have personal issues. You're always going to have things that build up. But if you mix the two, it's just not going to work. So you got to know when to be in business mode. Like, okay, this is happening, but right now this is what's really important. Then separating those two, you can honestly make this business life a whole lot bigger. But when you add that personal life in there, it's just going to get muddy and messy. Like, leave your family out of it. They can support from a distance. Leave your friends out of it. They can support from a distance. Unless it's your crew that you're working with, like actually in the business, leave everybody else out of it. Because what's going to happen is you're going to put more energy here. You're going to put feelings here. And it's just not going to work over here. It's just not. Like, this requires a whole nother beast. So your business life requires a whole different person. It requires somebody that is selfish. It requires somebody that is emotionless.
It's kind of like, you know, having that stage name, like how Beyonce is Sasha Fierce. Like, she separates the two. You know what I'm saying?
Perfect example.
She separates the two. She understands that when she goes to get on the stage and perform, she has to be the performer. And for her performer is Sasha Fierce. So you have to take that same mindset when you're working in your business. Yep. Like, I'm Shalina at home, but in my business, I'm ChellBee. You know, Shalina don't exist in ChellBee land. It's just ChellBee. And that's all that exists there.
create you two personalities. Yes. You got your regular self, and then when you over here, like, I am Condoleezza Rice. What's her name? What's the one that was with Donald Trump? What's her name?
Yvonne?
No. What's the other one?
Omarosa.
I'm Omarosa. Like, I'm not playing, okay? Like, I'm a completely different person, and that's what you have to be, because it just has to be separate. I mean, and Beyonce, that's perfect. She's not worrying about if Jay-Z's messing with the girl with the good hair while she's on stage making her millions of dollars. She's not concerned about that. She's still dancing and performing for you all, because that's just what she loves to do. So keep it separate, please. Please. That'll help you in the long run.
Right. Well, we're going to sum up our, you know, our thoughts in the description section. So if you guys need to have them to see visibly, we will definitely have those in the comment section. We'll have them in the description box below. A summary of the thoughts that we went through today.
Hit the subscribe button.
It's right over here, isn't it? It's right here.
I think it's right here. Somewhere over here. Just hit it.
I'm pretty sure it is right there. Real quick. It's a really quick thing. Do it right now while you're still here. We would appreciate it, so you guys can see us next time. And if you guys have any questions, if you need, you know, if there's something we didn't cover today, feel free to leave us a comment below. We'll either make another video about it, or we can just reply back, whichever, depending on what the comment is. Right. If it's something that needs a whole nother video, then we'll do a whole nother video.
A whole nother video.
Right.
We don't mind. And we do this for you. So thank you all for watching, and we will see you all on our next video.
Bye.